It's 10 years since Malaysia Airlines flight MH370 was lost somewhere in the vast expanse of the Indian Ocean. What did it look like?
Like a wing. It was a wing off a bloody aircraft.
Really tear at the fabric of reality that a whole jetliner has just disappeared.
Breaking news, everyone! After years of uncertainty and countless theories, researchers have finally located the wreckage of Malaysian flight MH370. Stay tuned to find out how they did it and what this means for aviation history. British scientists at Cardiff University have discovered a faint but unmistakable sound from the southern Indian Ocean, providing insight into the whereabouts of Malaysia Airlines flight MH370. The discovery, attributed to British engineer Richard Godfrey, was a laborious procedure that required sophisticated technology and creative methods. The signal, which was in line with MH370's flight path, offers compelling evidence that the signal may originate from the missing aircraft. This discovery has been a crucial milestone in the hunt for the missing airliner, allowing investigators to focus on a previously unexplored area of the deep sea due to difficulties with deep-sea investigation. The finding gives the relatives of the 239 passengers on board MH370 hope that answers might be found, easing the suffering and uncertainty they have been through for almost 10 years. The Cardiff University team's breakthroughs in signal recognition and processing may open the door to future search operations that are more successful, possibly averting the unsolving of additional tragedies. The next stage of the hunt for MH370 is promising, but additional investigation is required to fully understand the significance of this discovery. Flight MH370 from Kuala Lumpur International Airport disappeared on March 8, 2014, sparking a convoluted and protracted search and rescue operation. The 227 passengers and 12 crew members on board the flight were anticipated to be there for approximately 6 hours. Nonetheless, it never made it there, and the plane mysteriously lost contact with civilian radar screens due to an unaccounted-for malfunction in its transponder, which allowed it to interact with ground radar. The plane abruptly veered off course, heading west, crossing the Malay Peninsula, and then swerving southwest over the Andaman Sea, according to military radar tracking data. Regarding the nature of the aircraft's disappearance and the search team's navigation techniques, this abrupt shift in route caused some anxiety. Following the aircraft's disappearance, an unprecedented global search and rescue effort was launched to find Malaysia Airlines Flight 370. Initially, South China Teni was the target of surface searches conducted by many nations' ships and aircraft. The United States, Malaysia, Vietnam, China, Thailand, and Indonesia were among the participating nations. Significant resources from each nation were provided, including helicopters, Navy ships, and observation planes. China supplied warships, the Vietnamese Coast Guard and Navy contributed vessels, and the Royal Malaysian Navy sent ships outfitted with sonar and radar systems. With the deployment of Seahawk helicopters and guided missile ships, the United States joined the effort. Modern aircraft fitted with radar and imaging systems were used for airborne missions. The P-8 Poseidon aircraft of the United States Navy, the Royal Australian Air Force, and the Royal Malaysian Air Force all played a significant role in the aerial search for the downed MH370. The aircraft looked for floating trash or irregularities on the ocean's surface using radar and infrared sensors. In the South China Sea, conclusive evidence was not found despite initial efforts. New leads and data analysis were carried out as the search area grew westward. In April 2014, the Australian ship Ocean Shield was sent to the southern Indian Ocean with cutting-edge underwater search equipment. To locate the aircraft's black boxes by acoustic waves, the ship was outfitted with a towed pinger locator. In order to cover as much ground as possible before the signals disappeared, the search crew worked non-stop. Ocean Shield heard many acoustic signals at the beginning of April, which gave rise to optimism that the black boxes had been found. Several foreign teams searched for Malaysia Airlines aircraft MH370 at first, but their efforts were hampered by difficult environmental conditions in the southern Indian Ocean. Due to the region's reputation for choppy waters, strong winds, and erratic weather patterns, search operations were difficult. International teams have to coordinate and cooperate because of the logistical obstacles posed by the search area's vastness. As the search went on, it became evident that finding the aircraft would need sophisticated underwater equipment and a thorough survey of the ocean surface. As a result, deep-sea sonar technology and autonomous underwater vehicles, AUVs, were used to investigate the ocean's unknown depths. Despite the early setbacks, the information and expertise gathered from these attempts influence the tactics and tools employed in the next underwater search stage. The Dutch firm Fugro was hired by the Australian Transport Safety Bureau in late 2014 to carry out a comprehensive underwater search utilizing cutting-edge underwater vehicles, such as the Blue Finan 21 and Geo Phoenix, which are outfitted with high-resolution sonar systems that can function at depths of up to 6,000 meters. One of the first aviation companies to deploy in the search for MH370 was Phoenix International. They carried out a number of missions, gathering data and surfacing it for analysis while covering the seafloor in a grid pattern. Advanced Synthetic Aperture Sonar, SOS, which Phoenix was fitted with, allowed for greater resolution photographs of the seafloor. Using this method allowed researchers to find minuscule particles in possible debris fields that previous searches might have overlooked. The identity of a flaperon from a Boeing 777 that was discovered on Reunion Island in the Western Indian Ocean in July 2015 was verified as belonging to MH370. The main wreckage's location was confirmed by this discovery, which also encouraged more search operations. The search approach comprised focused investigations of abnormalities found in sonar data and wide-area sonar mapping. Important data were added to the ongoing endeavor by a number of underwater expeditions. The finding of wreckage washing up on several Indian Ocean islands has had a major influence on the search for MH370. When a fragment of the horizontal stabilizer was discovered in December 2015 on a beach in Mosam, it was determined to be MH370, according to distinctive serial numbers and distinguishing characteristics. Further evidence supporting the aircraft's demise in the Indian Ocean was found in March 2016 when an engine cowling bearing the Rolls-Royce emblem was found off the coast of South Africa. On the island of Rodriguez in Mauritius, another piece of the plane was discovered. This piece was recognized as a piece of the inside panel. Oceanographers were able to improve their models and determine the likely location of the major debris thanks to these finds, which also revealed information about ocean currents and the crash site. In January 2017, after over 2 years of searching and covering over 120,000 square km of the ocean floor, the official search was suspended due to the absence of new credible evidence pointing to the wreckage's location. Private seabed exploration firm Ocean Infinity recommenced its search after the official hunt for Malaysia Airlines aircraft MH370 was halted in January 2017. The company covered previously undiscovered regions of the southern Indian Ocean using cutting-edge autonomous underwater vehicles, AUVs, outfitted with cutting-edge sonar and image systems. Designed for deep-sea operations, the seabed constructor vessel could simultaneously deploy up to 8 autonomous underwater vehicles, AUVs, each of which could cover a sizable area of the ocean floor in a single mission by descending to a depth of 6,000 meters. The fleet of unmanned aerial vehicles operated in concert, identifying possible debris fields with high-resolution sonar imagery. The AUVs also had cameras and sensors to capture photographic evidence and physical characteristics of any discovered objects. Conspiracy theories about the lost aircraft MH370 range widely, from plausible to ludicrous. According to some ideas, the crew and passengers were rendered unconscious due to a catastrophic technical breakdown such as a fire or decompression catastrophe. Some propose hijacking, in which robbers seize control of the aircraft and compel the pilots to alter their route. Investigations, however, have refuted these beliefs. An alternative explanation posits that Captain Zahari Ahmed Shah intentionally crashed the aircraft as part of a premeditated suicide. Another argument is the cyber hijacking theory, which contends that in spite of previous cyber attacks and the quick development of technology, hackers remotely gained control of the airplane. However, aviation experts and cybersecurity specialists argue that the level of access required to remotely control an aircraft is highly unlikely. According to the study, there was a cockpit fire that might have been started by flammable objects, including lithium batteries in the luggage. All 230 passengers on Flight 800 in 1996 perished in the mid-air explosion. The investigation involved multiple agencies and concluded the explosion was caused by a spark in the fuel tank. Safety recommendations included changes in aircraft design and new fuel tank maintenance protocols. What are your thoughts on this breakthrough? Let us know in the comments below. And if you found this update informative, give us a thumbs up and subscribe for more breaking news and aviation updates. Thanks for watching!